Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to Soundout's Pickups. This week we've changed upload dates, as I'm now uploading on Saturdays. This is a decision made by me based off of a lot of analytics and stuff. But, not to bore you with that, this is going to be my pickups from April 7th through April 12th, 2019. This was a heck of a week. A lot of it stemmed from, well, stuff got shown up in stores, finally, that I was looking for. So, without further ado, let's kick it off with the Shazamness. Now, the Shazamness is not a normal segment in the show. I'm just calling it that because we have a lot of Shazamness. Over the weekend, I watched, of course, Shazam. Absolutely loved the movie. I actually seen it twice now. I saw it once on a Sunday and once on a Tuesday. I absolutely adore this movie. It's one of those things where when Aquaman came around, I bought a few Aquaman figures. I never really pushed for a lot of it. But for Shazam, I'm just I need everything. I need everything now. But I did pretty good. So, starting off, we're gonna have the DC Multiverse figures. We got Shazam and Dr. Sivana. Picked these up at Walmart, where they had both. Now, first up, we're gonna look at Shazam. Shazam's like 4 per case or something, or 5 per case. Some weird case assortment where Sivana's 1 per case. Personally speaking, I would have liked to see the entire Shazam family in the lineup, since they're in Funko Pop and in basic action figure form. But anyways, this is Shazam. So this is a great figure. This is the figure that's going to make me sad that Mattel's losing the license. That's saying something. First of all, we got a great head sculpt, great expression. It's not just like a stoic standard thing. You got good paint apps overall. There's some weirdness, like the paint on the belt isn't like solid gold. It's just like fading in some spots. And overall, I think the boots look really nice as well. But what makes me sad, we got gold stuff in the cape. But what makes me sad is that the articulation here is the greatest it's ever been, with a ball hinge torso, in addition to a waist swivel, as well as, the full hip movement, but of course, double jointed knees, like they've been adding from normal Multiverse, and a side-to-side ankle that actually works, which is beautiful. But then this right here, this is what all the Multiverse should have. A nice double-jointed elbow. That is a farther range than Marvel Legends double-jointed elbows. It looks good when it's straight. It looks good if it's slightly bent with just one. It looks good when it's fully bent. That is insane. That is insanely cool. On top of that, he comes with a bunch of hands. He's got some open hands. I just kind of a little piled back there. But absolutely fantastic figure. If you're just wanting to pick up Shazam, this is a great figure. Absolutely. Wish he was more available online and stuff, but really fantastic figure. Now, the one that got me where I was like, I need this now, was Dr. Sivana. Dr. Sivana, for me, is absolutely one of the best, if not the best, live-action DC villains. And I say he's probably the best live-action superhero movie villains that we have gotten in the last decade or so. The way that they handled this character in the movie was so well done, and I needed an action figure of him. There is a 12-inch action figure of Sivana, and then there's this one. There's no basic 6-inch, which sucks for reasons we'll get into in a minute. But this was awesome. So this is also a great figure. First up, these elbows are single-jointed, but move more than the comic book Multiverse figures. He's got the double-joint knees. He's got, ankle joints. He looks excellent. The Mark Strong head sculpt here is pretty much perfect. The eye, you can even see he has the glowy eye. It's not fully like it was in the film, so that may be an effect change later, but he does have a blue eye and a brown eye with the scar. Of course, he has the magic 8-ball as one of his accessories, and he comes with a couple extra hands. If this is going to be our only Mattel Sivana figure, action figure in this size, that is fine by me because it is absolutely fantastic. There was no Build-A-Figure for the Shazam wave. It was just Shazam and Sivana. Forgot to mention. Wow, he just threw the 8-ball at me. I think Sivana wants to throw me out a window or something. All right, anyways. He also got an alternate head where he's got his sunglasses. This is his, I'm being intimidating look. Actually, he was intimidating all the time. But, anywho, so Sivana here just took a dive And Shazam took a dive because they're action figures, and I live in a desert, and the climate is not adjusted well. Okay, so let's just put you back here. We're good. Stand. Okay. I will have to find the 8-ball because it... Oh, whoa. Eek. That could have been dangerous. It almost went down a heater vent. Careful with magic 8-balls, people. You never know when Sivana wants to throw them at you. Okay, so continuing Shazamness, we're going to talk about the basic figures. Now, usually I open things before I do pickups, but I have a reason for this. Here's the basic figures. So first up, we got Shazam, looking nice. The reason why I haven't opened these, I want to get the whole set of 6 before I open them. This is the basic figures. They each come with a little squishy version of the 7 deadly sins. There's the 6 of the Shazam family. Technically speaking, if you follow toys, you know these exist. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying anything relevant to the actual film. These are the toys. These are things from the comics. That is what I will tell you. So the 7 deadly sins have these little like pull and release things and kind of throw them at people. This works well as the movie. It corresponds to that. But here we have Shazam. If you're curious, the basic and multiverse will fit together. Nope, not even close. Like that is a completely different scale. We're kind of like line up their feet. They're too short. Plain and simple. I'm just gonna move these off to the floor for now. But I also got Freddy. So Shazam's 3 per case, by the way, in 2 different case assortments. Freddy is 2 per case in 2 different case assortments. He comes with Pride. Shazam came with Wrath. Then we have Pedro. Pedro is 1 per case, only in assortment A. He comes with Envy. And then we also have Mary. And Mary is also 1 per case in assortment A. And she has Sloth. I'm still looking for Darla and Eugene. So hopefully I can come across them. You get 6 of the 7 deadly sins this way. The 7th one, Lust. I think Lust is the one that's not released with the figures, and that's probably because they couldn't put the word Lust on a toy packaging for kids. It would have been cool if they did make a Sivana in this size with the 7th one, but alas, that's Mattel. Okay, so let's move on to the usual stuff. The usual stuff is the segment where I talk about lines I normally collect. I split off Shazamness because there was a lot of Shazamness. Alright, first up, we have a figure that finally showed up in my stores, and that is the Star Force Captain Marvel / Minerva from the Marvel Legends line. Now, this is a Target exclusive that people found, a couple months ago when the Captain Marvel toys started coming out. My Targets never seemed to get them. Suddenly, they just popped up out of nowhere, all 5 Targets, which is kind of wild. Now, what this figure is, as you can see, this is Minerva from Captain Marvel, but it also includes an alternate couple heads, so you have it as the Star Force Captain Marvel is listed, or Veers, as she is in the movie. So you get a total of 3 heads. The cool part here is that they basically were making the green color for Captain Marvel, but at the same time, they gave you alternate parts to make it Minerva, which is entirely why I picked this up. I love the movie, but I gotta say I probably wouldn't have picked it up if it was just Veers and if it didn't have the Minerva parts, because now it's the Minerva parts. Now it has a place on my shelf with Star Force, so that's super cool. And then the other thing I picked up is Hercules. Now, Hercules is one of 2 figures I actually want from the new Armored Thanos wave, the other one being Ebony Maw. But I only really want to get Maw until I can get Corvus Glaive from Walmart, because I pre-ordered and they still haven't shipped it. But I found Hercules at Target. One Target got the Avengers in-game Marvel Legends wave, and that one had Hercules. The rest of the wave is pretty much a pass for me. I don't need Armored Thanos, so I have the head for Armored Thanos, but that's it. Hercules comes with 2 extra fists in addition to what you see here, but this is a phenomenal figure. They've made a Hercules before. He's come out, I think it was in the early Hasbro days, and I think he was bundled in with Hulk characters or something. But Hercules is a Jack Kirby creation, someone who's gotten new life in Marvel Modern, which is pretty awesome. It's a character I didn't really know a whole lot about until I'd say about a year ago or so. So it was really nice when they revealed him. I was like, oh, hey, that's Hercules. I'm starting to learn more about this character. I knew he was Jack Kirby from before, but modern Hercules was something I didn't know. And over the time since they revealed him to now, just has been about a year, I've been reading a lot more modern Hercules and Avengers stuff and other things. So I'm really happy to have Hercules. He is pretty awesome. This is a great figure. He's got like the larger, like the chunkier mold. I think it's not the Omega Red body. Or is it? It might be the Omega Red body. But he's a little thicker, bigger than your normal figures. I kind of like this size for like maybe Thor as opposed to like the older Thors that were a lot larger. These guys, sword and his axe, and the cool thing with these is they actually do store in his back sheaths. It kind of feels like if He-Man had a good action figure in, like, like he had a Hasbro action figure. I'm not have to say that, like, Super 7 or Mattel's He-Man figures are bad or anything, but this is better. And he's got some, like, really impressive detail work, especially with the chest hair. That was kind of surprising. Marvel Legends didn't really do any chest hair detail, and any characters should have had them. Like the old Kraven doesn't have any, and there's, you know, Wolverines and stuff. But it seems like, you know, we had the tank top Wolverine had it, Hercules has it, new Kraven has it, and so it's really nice. It's a nice detail because this is the way the character is drawn and interpreted. Most times he is mostly a hairy-chested character, so the detail is much appreciated. So that is pretty awesome. Really cool. I like the pants sculpt too. And I like the modern look because, like, this classic look, he's kind of looks like he's just wearing a Speedo like Namor, which works for Namor, but I think for Hercules, I kind of dig the pants. I dig the pants on Hercules. So really awesome figure. He's actually the hardest to find of the wave so far. So happy hunting. Hopefully y'all can find him. So that does it for the usual stuff. Now we get into some randomness. Following up last week's Adventures of Power Rangers, here's some more Power Rangers, except it's not new. These are the Funko Hero World Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 5-pack. It was on clearance for $10, so I was like, all right, I didn't get it. I had the Green Ranger pack. A friend gave me the Lord Zed and Goldar, so here we are with the 5-pack of the Rangers. So Red Ranger, favorite Black Ranger, looks awesome. Pink Ranger, looks pretty great. Love the detail on these two, little static figures. The Yellow Ranger, I think the yellow's a little bright. I think the yellow plastic could have been toned down just a bit. It's incredibly bright. And then blue. So that's pretty cool. Moving along to the other randos this week, we have the NECA Crash Bandicoot. Well, that went well. Here we have Crash Bandicoot. Now, Crash Bandicoot, of course, the star of the video game series Crash Bandicoot, as well as being a character that's in Skylanders, because that happened. I don't have childhood memories of Crash because I wasn't a PlayStation guy. I have Crash Team Racing. I played Crash Team Racing with one of my cousins on a PlayStation 1, something like that. But, you know, I don't have like super fond memories of Crash, but I do remember him. It's more of a recent thing since the Crash Bandicoot Remastered Trilogy came out on Switch. I've been playing that. I wanted to get this Crash figure. He looked absolutely fantastic. I was like, oh, I want to get him. But I finally broke down to Target to get him, and he is awesome. He's $20, which, you know, is not bad because he's really well detailed. NECA stuff's usually more expensive. So what's cool is they basically took the design from the game and then added like realistic textures to it, which just gives it this like sense of realism to the point where it's like, I'm not having an action figure Crash on my shelf or my desk or whatever. I have Crash Bandicoot. It's like he's brought to life. It's beautiful. Now, I don't usually buy NECA stuff for a lot of various reasons. Pricing, you know, like lack of license interest stuff. But this is really impressive. Articulation-wise, he's got ratcheted shoulders, ratcheted elbows. He's got like a wrist hinge. He's got like a torso joint. Head moves. He's got adjustable eyebrows, so you can have different expressions for Crash, which is just cool because you can just have him like super really confused or whatnot, which is pretty cool. And there's a bunch of other deluxe sets that have different like vehicles and stuff from the game. He has different expressions on those. This is kind of the generic standard one, which I like. The hips are kind of weird, not gonna lie. They just kind of move out. They don't really move forward as well. The knees are also kind of weird, but he does have like a nice ankle pivot. A lot of joints are kind of sticky in the legs. I don't know if that's design or if that's just NECA, because NECA stuff tends to do that. But Crash is pretty awesome. He did come with a buildable cardboard box, which is the crate. The crates he breaks in the game, which is to scale to him. And it's pretty awesome. It's folded up in the back of the packaging. So that's pretty awesome. I do like that. So Crash is a winner. But what's a real winner for me is Spyro the Dragon. This is the reason why I got Crash, is because Spyro popped up at my Target stores. And I really love Spyro. I've loved Spyro since I was a kid. He had a couple games on GameCube, which, you know, worked for me because I wasn't a PlayStation player until like during the Wii U era, where I was like, I need another system. But anyways, this Spyro, just like with Crash, super intricate, like, you know, texture detail here. You got all the scales and everything. He looks like Spyro brought to life. He's a little bit more. I think he was $23.99, so standard NECA price. He's a little bit more complicated. But he looks absolutely fantastic. I love the expression. He's got his head turns. He's got this part is supposed to move, but it doesn't really do. I guess it's supposed to just be up and down a little bit. His legs have articulation. He's got like ankle joints. Really cool stuff. The torso moves and the tail moves. It's like the Godzilla figures, so it's all segmented, so you can have it in different positions and look natural. And then the wings can also be adjusted as needed. But he looks super awesome. They might do the same treatment they did with Crash and like do some deluxe sets with extra accessories and different expressions. But for me, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted from a Spyro figure. It's nice to see these two after their post Skylanders life get new game remasters and new figures from NECA. So good job, NECA. I'm impressed with these overall, and I'm really happy. And I think we should talk about the giant thing that's bigger than an elephant in the room, and that would of course be the T-Rex. Let's just get everybody else out of the way before they get eaten. So a few weeks ago, which there goes that 8-ball again. I need to like sticky tack that. Anyways, a few weeks ago on this show, I talked about how I picked up some Jurassic Park figures since I finally found the Jeff Goldblum. So, to go along with that, I had mentioned I want to get a T-Rex at some point. Now, I was kind of looking at maybe the more realistic T-Rex colors that just came out. I was looking at the Super Colossal, I was like, I don't have room for a Super Colossal. Then this guy shows up. What I mean is that he's been out since like first wave Jurassic World. This is the Thrash and Throw T-Rex. This is normally $40, and Target put it on sale for $20, and I was all over that because now I got my T-Rex. He's not the smaller like Legacy Collection one. He's not fully in scale with the Jeep, but looks pretty good. He's still pretty substantial in size, and yeah, I am in love with this toy. So. This is me buying, like, he walks. I don't buy a lot of the Jurassic World stuff. I love Jurassic Park. It's probably my favorite movie. It's the first Jurassic Park is my favorite movie of the franchise. I've watched them all. I enjoy Jurassic World. My favorite thing from the Jurassic Park franchise was the ride at Universal Hollywood. It's now getting rethemed into Jurassic World, and I hope that goes well. But T-Rex is exactly the icon of the franchise for me, and especially that ride. That ride had a giant T-Rex, and it was so cool. Anyways, so this is something I wanted to get. I wanted to get a T-Rex. I didn't want to get anything super complicated. So first up, he's got a foot pedal, a button, so you can just have him stomp around. Which is pretty cool. His little arms move, and his legs articulate a little bit. The rest of this is not articulation because it's all tied into the action gimmick of you move the tail and then stuff happens. So So as you can see, this thing is super duper fun. Totally think it probably worked. It's good at its $40 price. I think that's pretty fair. Getting it for $20 though was just like the sealing the deal for me in terms of stuff. And the cool part is he's got like this little thing, like his mouth is like wide enough that he can eat somebody, and that's really what we want here, isn't it? To have him eat somebody, because why else have Jurassic Park figures if you can't have them eat people? So anyways, I feel pretty happy with my Jurassic Park collection of being Jeep, people, T-Rex. I kind of still want to get a Velociraptor Blue. I'm kind of holding out for the 6-inch scale one, but it may not happen because it's Mattel. But overall, I'm pretty happy. I think I got my Jurassic Park collection pretty much set. We'll see if I pick up anything else in the future, but yeah, this Jeep's just going to roam around on my floor somewhere, and the T-Rex is always going to be chasing it. So that does it for this week on Soundout Pickups. Had a lot of cool stuff, had a lot of fun. It was nice to be able to find stuff at retail, like none of this came in the mail. That was nice. It's been a little while since I've been able to say that. And yeah, so stay tuned for next Saturday. The next episode of Soundout Pickups, Model Kit Monday. This coming Monday is taking a brief hiatus while I work on episode 50, which is kind of a big deal. So yeah, stay tuned for more, and check out Hero Club at hero-club.com for all of your news and more. Until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.